Raider reaction is for mature audiences only, so if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
In the past, these were the faces of the Oakland Raiders. So how is it that today, the team that once resembled Hell's Angels is being led by someone who looks more like a choir boy?
You got a guy like Johnny Gruden, you go, he's a pretty little kid. You know, he's a cute little guy. And then, he's a pit bull.
Damn it, Marcus!
Pass complete to Marcus.
Will you read a route? Gary, are you going to jump his ass, or am I going to have to always jump it?
John Gruden's clean-cut looks are deceiving, but his expressions never lie. He's a coach with 1,000 game faces. Have you ever seen yourself? You've seen yourself on television.
Yeah, I've seen myself.
It's more of a scowl, I think, you know. I mean, see, it just started right there when I asked the question. The eyebrows, you pinched a little bit. Vince Lombardi once said, to be a great coach, you have to be one half teacher and one half SOB.
Get something going!
Gruden seems to have gone to the same school of coaching.
We're not posing for football cards now, offense. We're not posing for football cards. Let's play with some speed.
It's okay. It's all right. Is that what you want to hear? Man, that's why you get your in the meeting room with the receivers at lunchtime every day. Every day. I don't care if you like it or not. You know what I mean? You gotta know one thing, man. This is the last shot right here. You know what I'm saying? And you're either gonna explode onto the scene, or you're just gonna be like one of them deals. You know what I'm saying?
Gruden's shot at football came at the University of Dayton, where he was a 3-year letterman at quarterback. When you were in college, what was your major?
Communications. I wanted to be a broadcaster or be in communications. I want to do the sports at night.
And we're equally excited about that.
I learned about large, open, moving mouth. They called it loam.
What's that mean?
Well, you enunciate your words, speak clearly. You don't drawl your words or don't slur your words.
X deep over. Let's go. Let's shift crisply. Number 3 is rocket. Rocket. How about a loud break? We got the boringest kickoff return in the history of this great league.
While Gruden communicates clearly with his words, he encourages his players to find their own ways to express themselves. You once had your receivers practice spiking the ball?
I'll do anything to generate interest on the practice field. When you get in the end zone, it's all about the complete performance, and act like you're excited. A good spike, the trajectory gets off the screen. And I'll always show that, you know, when I'm watching film with the players. That's a hell of a spike. You know, I don't want the ball to dribble or the ball to go sideways or bounce back and hit you in the head. Work on it. It's a skill.
Good. Green left slot.
Gruden has been working on his coaching skills for more than a decade. His first NFL job came in 1990 with the 49ers. But in order to work with some of the top players in the game, he started at the bottom of the organization. How would you define your job when you were with the 49ers?
I was a piss boy. I mean, that Ray Rhodes was called, he was the original piss boy. And then when I got to San Francisco, Ray Rhodes...
He moved up? What are the duties of the piss boy?
Well, you just do whatever, you know, you hold the bucket, you do whatever you got to do, Steve. I think I was making $500 a week in San Francisco.
On that salary, you didn't get a car or anything, did you?
At some point, I bought a big Delta 88. It was like the big white car in a John Candy movie, Uncle Buck. That became my nickname when I was with the 49ers. I'd drive Uncle Buck in and park it right next to Montana's Maserati, and Jerry Rice had a Porsche. And I drove in every day and split the difference and just reminded those guys how good they had it, you know?
How you feeling? I'm feeling good. John Gruden was a little gopher in San Francisco, but he carried himself like he belonged. He had such an insatiable hunger to learn and learn the game, and that's what he did. And the guy never slept. I mean, he never slept.
When he followed Mike Holmgren to Green Bay in 1992, Gruden continued to work tirelessly into the night.
I didn't want him to wear down. I would have to ask him to leave the office sometimes and make sure he gets some sleep. Otherwise, I'm not sure he'd ever leave.
That's after you get off the first 15, hour and 8.
He one time gave me a $50 bill, and he says, go home, take your wife out to dinner, or you're fired. You know, and he said, I'm going to watch you. I'm going to watch you leave the office, and I get the hell out of here and go get a life, basically, was what he told me.
Come on, Bex, let's go!
His life, however, continued to be football. And when he joined the Eagles in 1995, the 31-year-old Gruden became the NFL's youngest offensive coordinator. In 1998, he became a 34-year-old head coach in Oakland.
Okay, so when you get out of bed, get over here and get your motor running. Don't come out here and wait 3 or 4 periods now to realize this is a National Football League and we're after a championship. That's one thing. Get yourselves going in the morning.
No one gets going earlier than Gruden.
I'm a real early riser.
It's like, what's early?
3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
3:30?
Yeah, I've never needed more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep, typically.
Does that bother you? It's like having insomnia?
It bothered me for a while. It bothered my parents. So I did some research. I saw some doctors and finally found a doctor that told me to use this as an advantage. Find something you like to do that's constructive, whether it be reading, writing letters, listening to music, or studying football. You know, there's people that have said you're going to have sleep debt and you're probably going to wake up and look 80 years old or be dead soon. You'll have a heart attack.
Right there, right there! Atta baby, atta baby!
I look at it like I'm real lucky to have something I like to do.
Hey, love it! I love you guys, I love that!
How can you not be excited, you know, when you're 36 years old and working with the Oakland Raiders and you got a pretty good team?
I love it, man. You love football, don't you, John?
The whole picture of professional football is just where I've wanted to be for a long time. The game itself, more than anything, has taught me how to compete and how to prepare and how to sustain.
Come on, get all you can get. Compete for inches.
Waitley breaks a tackle, 15. Waitley 10. Waitley still on his feet. Waitley 5. Waitley won't go down. Waitley to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
One of football's proudest franchises is aiming to return to the playoffs for the first time since 1993. And they are looking to uphold their old traditions by following the lead of football's youngest head coach.
The effort was outstanding.
While he may not look like your typical Raider, John Gruden definitely has the heart of a warrior and the face of a winner.